Welcome back everyone. Today we'll recap a 2017 American supernatural horror film named Ghost House. Before we start, it is a request to please like and comment on the video as it will help us to grow our reach. At the beginning of the movie, we see a girl running on the roads of Thailand screaming for help. She comes to a closed street, and only then a ghost lady starts moving toward her. She puts her hand inside her mouth, and then we hear her screeching. Now the scene shifts and we see a couple named Julie and Jim, who have come to Thailand for an adventurous vacation. Here they meet a taxi driver named Gogo who takes them to his van. He drops them at their hotel where he tells them about the ghost house, where people give presents to ghosts to keep them happy and away from their houses. Later, Gogo takes them on a tour and shows them Thailand. Julie asks Gogo to stop the van at a place and she starts clicking pictures of some statues kept under a big tree. Here she sees a ghost house and clicks it too. She is watching it very carefully when suddenly a beggar comes there, due to which Julie gets scared and leaves from there. Next, they go for lunch where Jim proposes her for marriage, which makes her very happy. Now in the night, Gogo drops them at their hotel and says that tomorrow morning he will take them on a special tour. They then meet two boys named Robert and Bill who invite them for drinks. After some time, they both come for drinks with Robert and Bill and they talk about the ghosts. Jim says that if the ghost doesn't find a house, it might take residence in the living. Now some coins fall from Jim's hand on the way, seeing that some beggars react strangely. Then Robert tells him that here it is considered bad luck to fall the coins on the floor. Robert and Jim then go to a nightclub and Bill stay outside with Julie to accompany her. After some time, Robert comes out and says that he will now take them to show the ghost houses. At first, she hesitates a bit but Robert convinces her, and then they all leave. Now here we see that Bill is stopping Robert to do this. Now Robert starts driving them in the van when Jim tells Julie that they barely know these guys. Then after some time, he brings them to a forest and Julie likes this place very much. Now Julie felt that Jim had made a makeout with someone in the club, so she was angry with him. Jim says that even he had seen her and Billy stare at each other. Then both of them get into an argument, and Julie takes out her engagement ring and throws it away. On the other hand, Robert is seen doing something with Julie's hair scarf. Now Julie goes to Robert and Bill, where Robert tells her that it is a ghost house graveyard. All the old ghost houses are kept here. Then Robert shows her a ghost house where he had tied her scarf. Robert tells her to take the statue as a souvenir for her journey. Jim stops her to do so, but as soon as she picks up the statue, Robert and Billy run away from there. Seeing this, Jim follows them and Julie notices that it is her scarf. Then she sees that there is no one there and then the wind starts howling, and suddenly a ghost haunts her. Here Jim tries to stop Robert and Billy, but when he cannot stop them, he runs back toward Julie. After reaching there, he sees that Julie is not feeling well, so he picks her up and takes her from there. Now the next day Gogo comes to their hotel and starts waiting for them. Here they are in the forest and there are no networks on their phones. After walking for a while, Julie asks him to stop and Jim sees that his phone is getting signals. He voicemails Gogo that they got stranded. Only then does Julie hears tree branches snapping, and sees a man on an elephant moving toward them, who suddenly disappears. Now it is night and Julie was hearing voices due to which she was very scared. Just then Gogo calls and Jim asks him to pick them up. Then after some time, Gogo comes there, and Jim tells him that she suddenly fell ill. Gogo gets worried and takes them to his village. He brings them to a house where Julie's health starts deteriorating. Now a woman checks Julie's mouth, inside which she sees an eye, which frightens them all and Jim does not understand anything. Both of those ladies start saying something with folded hands in front of Julie. Now Gogo brings him out and tells a story. That a long time ago there was a Japanese woman who married a Thai man. The man had an affair with a young servant woman and one day his wife found out. She got so angry with this that she tried to kill them all by setting the house on fire. The man and the servant came out but the wife could not and died there by burning. After death, she became an unhappy ghost and in Thai, people call her Watabe. He tells that Thai people don't mess with Watabe. You cannot take what is hers. They keep her home in 𝐂𝐄𝐒, where she picks them up. She looks after the old ghost houses that keep her busy so she leaves the young women alone. But if you disturb the ghost house, she will come for you and will take their soul to the ghost world forever. Jim sees that the children are bringing a monk. Seeing that he tells them that they need a doctor, Gogo tries to convince him, but Jim tries to stop them by going inside. But 𝐂𝐂 brings him out again. Now Monk wears amulets in Julie's hand and starts reading prayers. Then after some time, the candles get extinguished due to the wind, and when Julie wakes up there is no one there. Then the watabe haunts her again, and when she opens her eyes, it was morning. Now Monk leaves from there, and Jim sees that Julie is cured. After this, 𝐂𝐂 takes them from there, and we are shown a ghost house which all the villagers start worshipping. Now in the hotel, Julie tells Jim that she saw a frightening angry woman in her dream whose face was burnt, and she wanted her soul. Then he finds Julie's scarf there, and Jim realizes that Robert and Billy did it on purpose. He goes to his room angrily and says that he will tell the police everything. But Julie stops him. She removes her amulets, after which they both start getting intimate. But watabe haunts her again and she gets terrified. She then goes to the bathroom crying. Later, Jim asks at reception about Robert and Billy, to which the receptionist tells him that there were 3 people, 2 boys and a girl, who checked out this morning. Here Julie is relaxing in the bathtub when the door bangs loudly. Then she comes out and starts checking the photos in her camera, in which she sees a live photo of her, in which suddenly watabe appears behind her. Then the lights of her room go out and it becomes dark there. When she comes out, it's dark in the hallway too. Then the door of her room is closed, and only then does someone passes behind her. After which she sees that the place has now turned into an old ruin. She finds a burning room, where watabe haunts her, and she runs away in fear. Meanwhile, Jim comes back to the hotel, and on the other hand, Julie sees watabe, who turns and looks at her, and then the torch goes off. Here she again haunts her, but then everything becomes normal and Jim also comes there. But Julie is too scared. Jim calms her down, after which she is taken to the hospital, and there too she is having very scary visions. Here doctor tells Jim that there is nothing wrong with her clinically. She tells her that she had a British patient with the same condition, who just recovered this morning, and she was with her 2 male friends. Jim then calls 𝐂𝐂 and says that he needs him at the hospital. Then he leaves for the airport with 𝐂𝐂, and finally, he spots Billy there, following whom he reaches Robert. He starts fighting him there, but Robert overpowers him. After which Billy calms him down and asks him to go to an address and meet Reno. Now 𝐂𝐂 takes him to that address, which is an old abandoned building. Here he meets Reno and tells him that he is Billy's friend. He tells him about Julie and asks for his help. Now here we learn that Reno is a shaman, and he tells Jimmy that Julie has been cursed. He has to find another person to transfer that spirit to, or otherwise, it will eat her soul. Here in the hospital, Julie sees that she is tied to the bed, and sees a ghost outside the window. Then the ghost tries to open the door, which frightens Julie. The smoke then begins entering Julie's room, which then starts turning into watabe and comes on top of her. Now Julie starts screaming in fear, but then Jim reaches there and calls the nurse, who calms her down by giving her sedatives. Then Jim goes out and starts looking for a target to transfer the curse. He starts a conversation with a couple, and while talking, he picks up the lady's scarf. But when he goes out, he returns it. He then goes to the hospital and takes Julie from there. Then he goes to Reno and points his gun at him, and says that there must be some other way. Reno tells him that he only has 1 day's time to free Julie from that spirit's embrace. After that, it's impossible to save her. Now Reno is taking them somewhere where on the way watabe haunts her again, fearing that she starts choking. Jim gives her a shot of tranquilizer which makes her unconscious. Then they see that the road has been blocked due to an accident. Now Julie sees that one of the dead bodies is getting up and looks toward her. Then she sees a boy tapping on the car's window, fearing which she comes out of the van and runs into the forest. Here we see watabe behind her, and Jim and other hears her scream. They run into the forest, and when they find her, she starts burning and then falls unconscious. Seeing this, Reno tells them to get her up as they have no time left. Now they start taking Julie somewhere through the boat where their boat stops on the way. Now as they start fixing the motor, Julie regains consciousness and sees watabe trying to get on the boat and take her away. But then the motor starts and she goes back. Now they come to an island where they meet 3 people, an old lady, and her 2 disciples. The lady says that it was Julie's fault for what happened, so she cannot help them. Jim and 𝐂𝐂 explain to her that Julie was tricked. She asks him to give up something important to her to make the ghost leave her. Jim takes out his engagement ring from Julie's finger and gives it to her, seeing that she says that he must give a part of him. Watabe needs flesh and blood. 𝐂𝐂 tells him to give his finger, to which Jim says that there must be some other way, and he begs them to save her. Now they start the ritual, due to which Julie starts to suffer and starts screaming. Then we are shown some visions, after which Watabe comes in its human form and catches fire. She starts screaming while burning in the fire, after which both Julie and that lady faint. Then Watabe comes there and starts attacking them. She catches Julie and Gogo runs towards a knife and throws it toward Jim, and tells him to cut his finger. Watabe rushes to attack him but is unable to because of the security cover, and Jim cuts his finger. Then Watabe tries to run away from there, but the lady stops her and throws her out, after which Julie suddenly regains consciousness. Then all three of them come out where Reno is waiting for them, and they leave there. Next, Jim and Julie are at the airport where they thank Gogo, and leave. After this, we see a couple where a lady sees a ghost house at a shop which she likes very much, and only then an eye appears inside it and the movie ends. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon never to miss new video updates. Thanks for watching.